You want to know why people are fleeing the Golden State and headed north? Well, stay tuned. Yo, it's your girl Listy with her bestie,
Addie Nat.
What's going on? If this is your first time to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That's right, tap the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. Because why? We want to hear from you. You know, if you're thinking about moving to the Pacific Northwest, Portland metropolitan area, and Southwest Washington, you gotta give us a call. Send us a text, send us an email. I don't care how you do it. Just get a hold of us so we can chat. Let's get to know each other and let us help you answer your questions.
I love that. We are helping hundreds of people move here from out of state. This is all we focus on, Listy.
I love
helping
relocation.
People relocate to the Pacific Northwest. So if you even have just the tiniest little thought that you are moving here, or you have a huge plan and you're coming to visit, we must connect with you. We want to be your support system and your team when moving here to Portland.
I always get sad when we hear from somebody after they've come up for a visit and then they reach out. I want you to reach out before your visit. If you're just thinking about a move, you want to check out neighborhoods.
It's a good point. A lot of shy people
I know.
lately.
Yeah.
Don't be so
They're
shy.
like, I was
That's
there
not
over
very
the holidays.
Yeah, that's not very Pacific Northwesty.
No, I know.
Well, we're not going to show up at the airport with your last name on a sign, but we're going to be here to help you.
That would be that's good service right there. Showing up at the airport. That's a new one.
So busy.
It is. Yeah, we've been super busy. But anyways,
I'm saying if we had to go to the airport, there's no way we could fit that into like showing homes. We couldn't. All that stuff.
Yeah. When we first started the channel, I did pick up people from the airport.
That
was before the pandemic, and we drove with people, it was, there were sometimes they were flying in for a day and leaving that day, and they would give me like 8 hours to just like,
it's a different world now.
Yeah, it's a different world.
And
I don't pick people up from the airport anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, that's just not scalable.
No, it's not.
On a positive note, though, what is scalable is the cost of living up here in the Pacific Northwest. So this video is going to be completely about comparing California and the Portland, Southwest Washington area. So I do want to open with, we love our California people and don't think that we're bashing on California, because some of these stats are pretty heavy.
Right. They are heavy.
I mean, we all know it's more expensive, but we're going to break down some expenses, some overall housing costs, some average income, which you might actually be most interested in, and really kind of lay the land of why people are moving up from California.
Exactly. And I think it's important. And the reason why we wanted to do this video is because so many people reaching out to us in our channel are from California.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of you people are coming up.
Do you think if we started saying California, do you think everyone would be like, please don't do that? Nobody from California actually sings that song.
Right?
I feel like that's the equivalent to like no one in Portland carries an umbrella, but nobody from California sings that song.
I do. I mean,
I guess you are from.
I'm from that era. So in the 90s, I did move down to California when I was young. And
why do you have to do that head bob while you're telling the story?
I'm showing my age, okay? God. But I did. I lived in the Bay Area, and it was like I was doing the Roger Rabbit, the Running Man. Anyways,
tell your story.
So anyways, that song was played at my going away party when I was living in Eugene, Oregon, freshly out of college, and was headed down to the Bay Area for my first big girl job.
What kind of car did you have when you were heading down?
Oh, when I headed down to there, I was driving what was it, like a 1993 like Toyota Paseo. Had a sunroof, and guess what? It did not have air conditioning. Woo! That was bad. Do not move to California without air conditioning, Yeah.
Okay.
Got rid of that real fast down there.
I'm just trying not to laugh. So Listy did for a small run there.
Small run.
Live in California. I think that builds credibility to
Single
what
gal.
we're going to break down. What are we?
Was not able to afford it on my own for very long.
Yes. Great segue.
Exactly.
So let's just jump into some cost of living.
Let's do it.
What are some of the most expensive changes of just living in California? I said that horribly. I'm sorry. Cost of living in percentages. National average.
Yeah.
Just housing alone. These are so blanketed. I'm looking at a computer and notes here. 96% higher than the national average.
Ouch.
Just, come
that's
on.
Huge. I mean, that's ridiculous. But it's truth. I mean, these are stats we are pulling off of.
This is rentcafe.com.
Ooh, Rent Cafe.
Yeah, highly credible.
I like that.
It came up first on the DuckDuckGo search.
DuckDuckGo?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta use DuckDuckGo.
Is that a thing?
You've never heard of that?
No.
I'll explain to you later. It's
96% you said?
of just the housing.
Just
either
the housing.
buy
I believe
or
it.
rent. The total average cost is 41% higher than the national average.
Yeah.
So let's just go there. Utilities. Do you want to take a guess? How much?
11%.
27% higher.
Whoa.
How about food?
22%.
14% higher. Just to put food.
I'm not doing very good at these percentages.
Healthcare.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know you had this stat. That's a good one.
Well, Rent Cafe does.
32%.
10% higher healthcare.
God, I am sucking donkey balls.
That's okay. Transportation, huge bucket, because that could be gas, bus tickets, train
Yeah,
tickets.
exactly.
is
I'm going with 9%.
Okay, you love how I tried to skip the gas.
I know, skip over the gas.
31.
31%. Okay,
Yeah.
I am all over. I am not doing good with what they are.
I think the transportation piece is because they're very pro green and zero emissions. It's probably all the extra taxes to supplement that.
Did you know that they charge an extra sales tax for just gas down in California?
Like when you buy something.
When you buy, gas. Gas and cigarettes have an extra tax.
I'm okay with that.
Right. But let's talk about, can we talk about the gas prices? When I was looking up gas prices for averages and stuff, there are some places in California that got up to $8 a gallon last year. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Everybody be riding their bikes.
Well, yeah.
Get that electric scooter out. Let's go.
Oh, I'm sure with traffic too, you're probably burning more gas.
Yeah. It was
Just
terrible.
idling.
Yeah. Oregon's highest was right around what? 5.5.
We hit 5.5.
Yeah,
Currently
5.5.
today, 2023, January, what would you say? I'm seeing between 350 and 420.
I was at the good old Freddy's, aka Kroger's, last night and got $3.79 a gallon.
Did you use your
I
Freddy
didn't
points?
use my points.
Why
no.
didn't you use the points?
I know, because you know what? I felt really bad because usually when I use the points, it's my mom and dad's phone number that I give them. And I didn't want to take their points. They needed the savings more than me right now.
Listy just guess his phone number. It's like
That's a good idea. I'm going to start using yours. Take your
No,
points.
don't take my points. I need those points. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't use the points. It would have been less. I should have gone to Costco. Costco's a lot less, but I didn't have time to go in that line. That line's ginormously long. Nobody likes to get gas.
I mean, this plays a big difference. Like, let's say you spend, $500 a month on filling up your gas tanks.
Yeah.
Right. That's equivalent to an additional $65 more.
Yeah.
Right. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
I know that math is way off. I'm getting.
You're the numbers guy. Do not give me math. I'm the real estate agent. I show you the homes. We have the fun. He's the number guy.
That's $155 more.
It's like 65 doesn't sound like
But
very
I think
much.
if you're looking at it from the terms of like, okay, I can only afford so much house. $150 more a month is $30,000 in housing budget if you're going to buy a house. So this plays a huge, huge difference in just like what households can afford.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people complain like, oh, I only want to go up to X amount of a house. Doesn't matter if it's California, Oregon, Washington, New Hampshire, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, money's money.
Money's money.
And on top of it, what I want to transition into is household medium income averages.
Oh, yeah. Give it to us.
So if we went through and used the Home Possible area medium income tool tracker. You literally can go online, type those words in, you'll find this. You can type in any address and find the area medium income for that zip code and particular neighborhood. So some of the breakdowns that we had: San Diego, San Francisco, Irvine, San Clemente, and Newport Beach. I'm taking out Newport Beach because I don't think those numbers were accurate.
I don't think they were accurate either.
Because I don't think people that actually live in Newport Beach deem that as their primary. I'm just clicking
it's vacation.
this.
Yeah.
They've got offshore accounts.
Second home.
You're cutting me up this morning. So area median income, San Diego, 106,900.
Okay.
What's your initial? You almost don't believe me.
No, I do.
I know you.
I think
you gave me the look. You don't believe
as we go into this, I like the income versus the housing prices, and then coming back to Portland, coming back home.
And stay with us because we're going to tell you.
It actually really shows you the benefits of moving up here with the cost of living and housing prices. So I'm just kind of excited because I know what the little notes here say because we just did this little research.
A pre-pod meeting.
And so, I know it. No, I like that. I was actually kind of surprised at some of the other ones that we came up with. But San Diego, 106.
106.
Yep.
San Francisco.
Yeah. That
151.
One was 151. And that makes sense, you guys. Silicon Valley, like all those tech jobs. That's, absolutely. 151 makes total sense in San Francisco.
There.
Yep.
Getting into a little more conservative, Irvine and San Clemente both average 97,900 household annual income.
Yeah. I was surprised by that. I thought it was going to be higher because when we look at the home price average there, they were a little bit on the higher end. So I was surprised that it wasn't over 100,000.
Yep. And to compare that to the Portland area.
Oh, yeah. Guess what?
What would you guess?
Why,
Did
I know.
you note that?
I was a part of that pod pre-meeting. I saw what that is, so I'd be cheating. It is 106,500. That's right.
106,500.
So we're
about the same as San Diego.
We are making the same. But let's also talk about that, you guys. We have some really big companies here, like
Nike,
Intel, Nike, Adidas, Columbia Sportswear, Boeing, Tektronix. Like, they are a force in employment, bringing people to the area. But we have the Silicon Forest. Bay Area, Silicon Valley, we're the Silicon Forest. We support those tech jobs. Boom, 106,500. Bring it, Portland. I love it. I was really excited about that.
I think that's huge. And
that is huge.
That's a pretty drastic jump that we've seen in the just 3 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. I remember using the same tool for different loan programs, right?
Yeah.
And this is what we use it on the lending side. We type in the zip code of the property, see if there's any incentives or programs that you might qualify for. All of those are heavily dependent on how much money you make. So if you make more or less than a certain percentage of this area medium income, you might or might not qualify. Mm-hmm. So I was remembering maybe 7 years ago, it was at 65, and then it really hit 84 for a long, long time. But now we're above 100K average household income in Portland. So generally speaking, like, people are making the same amount as people living in California, but they have a dramatically less cost of living. And this might be no surprise, but that makes a really big difference in what your lifestyle might be. Well, let's just leave out houses. Your lifestyle, right, Heather?
Absolutely.
I mean, could you imagine all these things being more expensive? You're a mother. I mean, it all adds up. I can't believe what you have to buy for writers sometimes. It just never ends.
I know. It never ends. Oh, my God.
Every time I'm on the phone with you, it's like, Mom,
I need a new bat. Mom, I need a pair of sweats.
I'm hungry every 20 minutes.
Oh, I know. Addie always calls when Ryder's in the car and we're like going through a drive-through because the teenager's hungry again. But something to bring up, another stat is in Oregon, you are likely to pay close to 38% less in childcare.
This is huge.
That's really big. So as a mom, like, I can't imagine going to California and paying 38% more for childcare. That's insane. So that's a huge stat right there too for the cost of living for those families out there.
Yeah. And I think, I was doing some kind of rough household budgeting and what this would look like. So typically, if you're making about 100K household income annually, that breaks down to $83,333 per month.
Okay.
Pre-tax income.
Yeah.
So let's say you pay in 25 in federal and maybe state tax. That leaves just over 6,200 household monthly income left in the checking account. There's probably insurances and healthcare, vision, all this stuff. So I've taken off another 1,000. Say you got $5,200 left. That's not a lot.
No.
Especially if you're in California trying to become a homeowner.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, just to buy, $750,000 home, so let's say you have the down payment, you're right there on that payment.
Yeah.
That's crazy right now with interest rates.
It's insane.
So how do you even make it? I don't know.
Top ramen.
Top ramen. I don't think that's scalable.
No, I don't either. I know.
Let's talk about house prices.
Yeah, house prices.
Because we gave you the area medium incomes
We
for all
did.
these areas. And then I want to compare house prices to Portland.
For sure. So, according to the California Association of Realtors, the overall medium house price in all of California, any guesses? For 2022.
I mean, 933.
Oh, close.
Really?
You are much better guessing at numbers than I was today. 900. 900 that's for all of
that's
California.
a pretty big field
goal.
goal.
Yeah, and exactly. So, and then I want to keep in mind when I give out this Portland metropolitan number, this does include housing, meaning condos, townhomes, duplexes, and single-family homes. But that average medium sales price in the Portland metro area, any guesses?
I know, so go ahead.
$575. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge, you guys.
And do you have just the single family? Or
I do. For just Portland?
Yeah.
For just Portland, $640.
$640.
For a single family home. Now, I want to be honest, when I pulled that number out, I'm not going to lie, every town has some crappy areas.
Sure.
I'm like, there's just some little sketch, riffraff going on.
Totally.
I pulled those out and threw them out.
Okay.
I pulled the areas of Portland that people tend to
want to be
towards,
But I think, let's just put it in the middle.
Numbers.
625.
I wanted it to, that 640 number, that is realistic for a single family home. That's not a dump. That's not in a riffraffy area. That's, updated, move-in ready. Like, I just wanted to be realistic with people.
I mean, that's such a big gap right there.
Huge
Now,
gap.
looking back, the incomes are pretty much the same if we're taking out the skewed San Francisco 151. It seems like Portland and California are averaging just over 100K household income.
Yep.
But you're telling me the average home swings are 900 down to 600. I'm rounding up just for easy math.
Absolutely.
That's insane.
Yep, it's insane. So let's talk about San Diego. Average sales price, 1.3.
1.3.
San Francisco, 1.5. Irvine, 1.4. San Clemente, 1.6. And Newport Beach, 3.5.
Yeah, that's nuts. Newport Beach, I want to take that off the list because
that's a vacation home, I bet, for most of you.
Those are like mansions.
They are mansions. But I had to put it in there because
still,
that's a fun fact.
1.3, 1.5, 1.4, 1.6. Everything's well over 1 million.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're well over 500,000.
Yeah.
This is
That
insane.
is crazy because I remember selling homes in 2018, 2019 that were, 300. And great.
Totally.
3 beds, 2 baths. Great.
That's
now
a good
300
point.
is you're getting an awesome, condo.
This is double or triple the payment.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's wild.
It's very challenging to become a homeowner in California. I can only imagine.
Yeah. I agree.
Gosh, that's just nuts.
All right, let's talk about.
It's blowing my mind. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit speechless.
It is. Can we talk about taxes though? That's another big reason why people are moving this way. I think it's really, really important. So obviously, California income tax, the highest in the nation. Yes, Oregon's income tax is like in the top 5 highest also, but we're not near as high. California on average is 9.3 to 12.3.
Yep.
And then Oregon is 4.75 up to 9.9% for income
it's
tax.
tier level.
So
based on how much
it is
you're-
tier level. I thought it was interesting. In California, if you make over $1 million, they charge you a 1% mental health service tax on top of that.
Do you think that's for the people that just make so much money they need help mentally of organizing what to do with their...
I know, right? No, it's
That's
designed
bad
to
shit.
expand and transform California's behavioral health system.
I am
helping
pro-mental
people
health.
with
That's
serious
good.
mental health issues, and I love that. I love that behind there. So I think that's a good idea. So, and they tax the millionaires for that. So
Property
I do
tax?
have to say though, a lot of people calling in are interested in the north side of Portland, up in Vancouver, Washington. There is no income tax, people.
Listy's
That's a
pro
pro
tip.
tip. Listy's pro tip. Move to Washington. No income tax. Let's talk about property taxes.
And backing up really quick,
Yeah.
that pro tip heavily weighs in on our retired folks or retiring.
Yeah.
That seems to be a huge trend upwards to the point that you and I just did a video for retirement areas. Get a lot of people calling, looking to position themselves on the Washington side, right?
Keep that money in your pocket. You made it. Nobody wants to pay income tax on it.
I could debate a lot of different things, but let's roll to the next tax bucket.
All right, so let's talk about property taxes. So I find it just crazy to me, and this is in a lot of states, but in California, your taxes, your property taxes are based off the sales price. So as those prices go up, your taxes are going up, and appreciation, it's like wildly crazy. Taxes are cuckoo. In Oregon, they're based off of the assessed value, the real market value per the county assessors.
Yeah. Which is much less than what people usually
a
buy
lot
it
less.
for. Yeah.
However, it's kind of nice. In the 1990s, there was a Measure 50, that was passed in the 90s, and it took effect in 1997, where they can't go up more than 3% per year. So
Which is super nice.
super nice. And if it doesn't assess higher than 3%, your taxes don't go up 3%. They only can do a max of 3%. So our taxes are relatively pretty low. Mm-hmm. There are some areas in the Portland metropolitan area that tend to be a little bit higher, but that's because of bonds and things that are passed within that jurisdiction might go towards like schools, for instance. And, some of the higher rated school districts in the area have some high taxes that go into them.
Yeah, and I've thought about this a lot because people ask us all the time, what are property taxes like? And, most of the time it's determined by how much square foot your lot is here and how old your home is. It's an algorithm, right? So the easy thing to say is, if you live right in the inner city parts of Portland, you're going to pay slightly higher income tax. But really, I think it's pretty much the same if you're looking at how much bigger the lots are in a lot of different suburbs.
Yeah.
But I like to use a factor of 0.9 to 1% of the sales price is kind of what your annual taxes are going to be. On the Washington side, again, another pro tip. Taxes are a little bit cheaper on the Washington side comparatively.
Right.
But where do they get it all back? Sales tax.
Yeah, sales tax. That's my next point. Did you know that?
That-
Did you know?
I'm-
My sales tax people. So
I was trying to alley-oop you, but I was feeling you didn't see me.
I didn't see you. I didn't catch it. I'm sorry. I left you
No,
hanging.
I didn't throw it.
So, unlike California, Oregon has no sales tax. If it says it's $19.99, you're paying $19.99. You just need a $20 bill. Boom. I love it.
Do people pay in cash anymore?
I don't know. I'm
From
one of those
time
people,
to
if I have cash, I like to keep it in my wallet. Like, it's
Yeah.
like sacred. Like, you don't spend it. I don't know why. Why is that?
I don't know. Having cash in my pocket, it makes me feel good because, like, what if something happens? I lose my wallet, I get mugged, and I guess if I got mugged, they take my cash. But it just feels better to. And I like to tip in cash. I think if you can tip in cash, speaking of taxes, because then they don't have to pay taxes on the tip.
Because you're getting paid a tip underneath the table.
Under the table.
You're under the table. Used to be a restaurant guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good tip.
That's a pro tip.
I didn't know that. I'm going to start doing that.
So many pro tips this episode.
Yeah. It just seems weird. I don't know why I feel like I'm wasting my cash whenever I spend it. I'm like, oh.
It is. It feels different when it's a physical item rather than a digital.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
Number, right?
Yeah. Anyways. All right. I like it. So, however, Washington does have a sales tax.
They do.
But a lot of people living in the Washington, obviously we've said this over and over, just drive over the bridge into Portland, do all your major shopping.
But no, this is a really good point because so I live in the inner city part of Portland, and our nearest Costco, you go to it, and no joke, I would say half of the parking lot is full of vehicles with a Washington license plate. So it is a strategy and a method of which is commonly taken advantage of. Especially like now that the Costco's have gas stations, like people go and fill up there. And that is one way to play the game here. So one little asterisk I would like to put, Listy, in regards to like choosing the Washington to Oregon side. Yeah. And we have a lot of videos and content about this, but there is a lot of conversations right now in the local news about the bridge. The only way to get from Washington over to Oregon is
the bridge.
2 bridge options, really. Mm-hmm. And there has been decades of conversation of tolling this bridge. And they are finally have bills that are set up and ready to be voted on. And it's sounding like a high probability that there's going to be tolls.
I just don't like that.
No, I know. Even living on the Oregon side, it kind of sucks. But in all reality, someone's got to pay for it. And it's been this whole feud between... You have multiple counties and multiple states trying to get on the same page and be like, you pay for this, you pay for that. No, you pay for this. And it's never come to an agreement.
Let's not. I mean, we've talked about this in videos too. The bridge traffic, it sucks.
It does.
It does. It's not fun going in. So the idea of having to sit in that line to go over the bridge in the afternoon and then have to pay, I'm going to need another coffee to get through that.
And I mean, I don't really know what tolls usually cost. I'm sure it's not going to be to the extent of like, you know, oh my gosh, 41% increase the cost of living because of the toll, but it's something to note. It's going to be a factor.
Well, we have a toll in up, you know, the gorge, the Bridge of the Gods, on the Hood River side into the Washington side, and that's $1. Might be $1.25 now, but $1. It's not bad.
I'm sure they'll do a fast pass.
I know, right? Yeah.
But in the end, I think, you know, those are the breakdowns. We got cost of living is immensely more expensive. The average household income is very comparable.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, you're able to save more money moving here. That's the hard part is so many people in California cannot save enough to get the down payment because of the cost of living in California. But here you're making the same and the cost of living is so much less. They're actually able to afford those homes. I mean, it's a huge difference. You just can't save up the money in California like you can here.
No, you can't. And I wish I would have thought about this before just now because I would have supported it with some stats. But one thing that I've known in being in mortgage for 8 years, when I'm assisting people getting pre-approved from California, what I noticed on credit reports and what's disclosed to me as a frustration is the credit card debt.
Yes.
So all these cost of livings, you might be like, oh, I still go out on Friday nights. My wife and I do date night. I have no problem. But I almost guarantee you your credit cards are much, much, much higher, the debt owed, and the interest you're paying on those just to keep up with it.
Why are people complaining about interest rates right now when they're so much lower than these dang credit cards?
Yeah, we live in a society of which puts a blind eye to what we pay on credit cards. And I think it comes back down to education. Unfortunately, we just don't teach kids or even young adults what the consequences are of carrying credit card debt and how it works. And I mean, that's a whole rabbit hole of conversation. But in the end, it's much easier to even get out of debt if you come up here. Ideally, you're hitting us up. We built out a plan to where, hey, you coming up here, you're going to buy a home. We're going to get you into that home. Your cost of living is going to be much lower. But I'm going to say, hey, even if you're just up to your eyeballs in debt and you have an ability to come up here and do a short-term rental, pay down those debts. We've had multiple people from California come up here for 1 to 2 months and just a 90-day relief from living in that state. They've been able to wipe all their credit card debt. It's unreal. It is insane.
Awesome.
Cool.
I love it. So, California.
Such a good way to end it. So once again, if you have any sort of thoughts, plans, something on the calendar or not when it comes to relocating up to the Pacific Northwest, we want to hear from you. So you got to send us a text, a message, whatever you got to do to get a hold of us. Get on our calendar so we can be your team. Right, Listy?
Absolutely.
All right.
Until next time, we catch you later.
See ya.